And to finally release some more news regarding their monetization. Is the game going to be pay to win or not? In this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the monetization. Can you guys survive as a free-to-play player inside of this game? And what kind of advantage will you have as a whale? So let's just jump into it. All the info that you guys see in this video is from the dev streams and the articles that they have released themselves. So I'll be breaking down everything that you basically need to know. Now, there is a chance that some things might change for global, but as it is, as of now, I don't think we will get any change. Now, let's break it down very simple. The main important currencies that you guys have to look for in the game is called Kina. Kina is the gold. So the gold icon that you guys have seen in the game is the Kina. Now this is the currency that you will use for everything inside of the game. Is it auction house? If you buy or sell anything in the auction house, you will get Kina. If you defeat monsters to do dungeons, you will get Kina. If you probably talk to NPCs to buy potions and items, it will be Kina. So that is the gold, the main currency in the game. And the second currency, which is next to Kina, is called Kuna, but we're gonna call it Guna with a G for this video so it's not confusing, and that is the pink currency. Now the pink currency, which is like the pink diamond, this is the premium pay to win currency, which basically is only obtainable firstly through your credit cards. If you swipe your credit card or your Visa or whatever, you can gain this pink currency. So it's a item or currency that you buy inside of the game. So usually they're listed at $25, $50, $100, etc. So when you buy these packs, you will get the pink currency. So those are the two currencies that you can use. Now, the biggest question that we all had, and I also had, was, is there a way to change these currencies in between each other? Which means, can you, with Kina, the gold currency, which is the one you obtain in the game, can you use this currency to get the pay to premium currency? And can you use the premium currency to get the Kina currency? So that was what many people are afraid of, because you see this used in many new MMOs or MMOs in general, where you see that you will buy this premium currency and then sell it for the in-game currency to buy absolutely everything in the auction house and all the other things that you need, right, with your credit card. And they waited with this info until the end of the stream, which is kind of shady, but they did say that you can do it. Now, how you do it is, it's not like a simple exchange or the game does it for you. It's actually controlled by supply and demand. So what you will do is, let's say you have an example, 1 million Kina. Okay, you have 1 million Kina, which is the gold currency. You can put that currency up in the auction. So depending on the supply and demand inside the server, if there's a new update, the price is probably going to be very high for the Kina, right? But when the server's kind of dead, it's going to be kind of lower. It's kind of like an RFT type of style where the supply and demand is controlled by the demand in the server and supply. But you can sell your Kina. So let's say I farm. Okay, I'm farming, I'm doing content, I got 1 million Kina, and I'm like, I gotta use this gold Kina that I have and gain some premium currency, which is the Guna. So I'll put it out inside the auction house for sale. So I'll put out 1 million and I will probably hope for 5k. Okay, I want 5k Guna, I'm gonna put it for sale. Now, as a whale, what you can do is, if you're a whale, you would go, you will swipe your card, you will buy 5,000 Guna for $100. I don't know, this is just numbers I'm using. And then you will buy my 1 million Kina. So you will get the 1 million Kina that I have farmed, and I will get the premium currency. Now, with the premium currency, I can spend in the premium shop. And with the 1 million Kina that you just bought from me, you can buy everything in the game. So, as I said, as a swiper, you will be able to obtain everything inside that sells from the NPC or sells in the auction house. So if it's a really good gear selling, you can swipe your card, buy the Kina, and then buy from the trading house. So it's just like an extra currency and a little waiting time that you have to wait if there's no like Kina in supply in the auction house. So you basically buy it, okay? So that is the biggest pay to win thing with Aion 2. Now, as a free to play player, you can farm. If that's what you want to do, you can farm. You can be the worker for the whale, where you just farm all day and you buy the premium currency so they can buy everything they want. So as a free to play player, yes, there's a way for you to get the premium currency. Now, what also can you buy from the premium shop? Now, the premium shop, they actually show the premium shop. Aside from buying everything from the auction house, there's a premium shop where you can buy certain things daily. This might change, but you can buy revives, with the premium currency. There's also a different currency that they showed. I don't know exactly how to get this, but with the premium currency, you can buy 3 times a day revives. You can buy a battle enhancement scroll. I don't know exactly what that's going to be used for, but that sounds pretty important. You can buy 3 of them daily. Maybe some kind of buff that you need for certain things. So you can buy that with the premium currency. You can buy cube things. So cube, there's a cube key, there's a cube slot, so you can buy with the premium currency. That is also like weekly and daily locked. So you will probably have to do it as a free-to-play player. So as a free-to-play player, you will kind of have to farm for the whales, so you can also buy things in the premium currency or for the premium shop. Now this can be either very pay to win or less pay to win, because it kind of depends on what you can actually obtain in the auction house. If it's like Throwing Liberty and the best weapons and the best items are sold, let's say you've defeated a world boss and you drop a really good weapon that is BIS, if you are able to sell this in the auction house, the game will be extremely pay to win, right? So it depends on what they will allow in the auction house. If they allow the best items to be unbound and it's not bound on loot, the game will be extremely pay to win, because each of the whales, they can swipe their card and they can basically get everything. If you cannot get the best items, the game will still be pay to win, because you can still skip the farm by swiping your card, by gaining resources and stuff. It makes things easier for you, but it won't be as pay to win. So it kind of depends on what they actually put inside the auction house. And for those people that say, yeah, but that's just PvE, in this game is very heavily PvE focused, which means there's an insane amount of dungeons that they have added to the game. And not only that, you have time attacks, you have speed runs, you'll get better rewards the harder difficulty you do. So your PvE gear has to be really good so you can do as much damage as possible. Of course, you will need to know mechanics, but you'll need to do an insane amount of damage. So if the stronger your gear, the better rewards you get, and that just kind of snowballs, right? It just makes you stronger and stronger and stronger if you have been whaling, because the game will have a lot of features where doing hardcore PvE will be extremely important. So for the PvE players, the whales will definitely have an advantage regarding the PvE and the leaderboards. Now, when it comes to PvP in this game for now, as we've seen, is the PvP gear seems to be locked behind Abyss. So you cannot buy the PvP gear through the auction house. From what we know so far, from what they've shown, this can change. But PvP gear is obtained in the Abyss. Abyss is an open world map, basically, which you enter, which is a PvP map. You have 7 hours a week to farm inside this PvP map, and then you can gain Abyss points by defeating monsters and doing things inside of this PvP map, and then buy PvP gear. That's the way to gain a PvP gear for now. This might change. Maybe there's better gear for PvP that's sold through auction, but PvP for now doesn't seem as pay to win as the PvE stuff and the general stuff with the game. So again, it all depends on what they put in the auction house. If they allow absolutely everything inside the auction house, it's going to be extreme pay to win. So that's like the bad thing about this whole Kina to premium currency conversion. This will lead to, of course, maybe less RMT, but we're going to see insane amount of bots running around, because the game does have player-to-player trading, which means that as a free-to-play player, you will probably have to run some alts. Some type of alts. If there's a limit to how much you can farm every day, you'll have to run an alt to make sure that you are obtaining enough to sell to the whales so you can make a bunch of money. Now, the one thing about this is everything is controlled by Kina, which means you'll be gaining Kina from everything, not only through selling to auction house, but also by probably doing dungeons, or raids, or PvP stuff, or defeating monsters. You'll be able to gain Kina that you can use to sell later on. So it kind of depends on how you guys look at it, but that is like the main pay to win stuff, is that exchange and the usage in the auction house. And for the people saying that's not pay to win, yes, it is pay to win. As a whale, as a player, I can sit there for thousands of hours to farm Kina, and then I can sell it to a whale, and they will be able to get all the Kina that I farmed. Let's say I spend 100 hours, okay, farming 10 million Kina. A guy with a credit card can swipe and buy that 10 million by not doing anything. So that is basically called pay to win. You pay to basically win. You gain everything that people farm hours and hours to do. So yes, it is pay to win. It is less kind of pay to win, but it's still pay to win. Now, the other things that you can buy inside of the game is membership. So membership is basically be like extra juice to your character where you will gain extra buffs. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they're going to introduce in the membership. If it's going to be some storage expansion, maybe it's called an EXP buff, something, but it's going to be extra juice. Now, they haven't shown how to get this. I am thinking that you might have to straight up pay money for this, or it's going to be sold through premium currency. So you will have to farm Kina, sell it for the premium currency Kuna, and then buy the membership, or it will be straight up money. Because I've seen many games do this when it comes to the memberships and the battle passes. They just straight sell it for dollars instead of the currency. It depends on the game. So either or, we have to see. But I do think for global they might not sell it straight for dollars. Because that would be some kind of subscription. People might not like it because you already have all of these pay to win features to the game while giving us more. So most likely it will be for currency, but you never know at this point. It can be for dollars too. And that leads me to the second subject, which would be the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass, as you guys seen in many MMOs, is going to probably contain skins, but also resources. So it'll probably give you some enchantment stuff, or small resources here and there, because Battle Passes have to give you some kind of items that you will end up buying Battle Pass, but also give you skins. Which leads me to the last thing, which will be purchasable, which will be skins. So skins in the game will be purchasable through premium currency, and for what we've seen right now, you will be able to get them as a free-to-play player if you sell your Kina for the premium currency. If you want to look cool and have a sick outfit, you can do so by basically farming and selling to the whales. So that's basically how the currency and exchange system will work. Again, this is my speculation from what we've seen, but it kinda looks like many of the other MMOs. They've taken some aspects from certain games and certain other games and put them together to make this whole monetization system. I am not really happy with it, but I will still pay Aion to because it's the newest MMO to be released. I do think if they get greedy, which we've seen a lot of these MMO developers do, is they will start adding more and more good gear in play that you can actually sell and buy in the game. In the auction house, that will lead whales to purchase, and then the whales will get really good rankings and just defeat us plebs that don't spend money in the game. So they will keep purchasing and purchasing. Like lately, if you guys watched my video, I made a video on certain game, Diablo Immortal, where somebody spends $100 to $500,000 in the game to be stronger than others. So maybe they want to catch those whales. Who knows? But that is the system, how it works. And again, as a free-to-play player, you will be able to sell and stuff and make alts and spend a lot of it, sell to the whales and try to keep up in some type of way. But as a whale, you will definitely have an advantage by spending money in this game. But thank you so much for watching. I'll be definitely be playing in Korea and more Aion 2 videos coming out. You're going to see it right here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.